Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here, and today we're going to be doing a pretty cool experiment with some pretty interesting results. And that is what happens if you get to Johnson early during the boss fight against 343 Guilty Spark. So let's start off at this part of the mission. This is where we're moving up to the control room at the very top, and this is the part where we got to clear out some flood. So this is important, this part, because this is how you set things up a little bit. You do need at least 2 people. If you do it by yourself, it's going to be pretty much near impossible. It might be possible, but you'd have to be really good at like launching and like rocket jumping, stuff like that. And also, you can only do this on you cannot do this on legendary difficulty because you need the invincibility. Otherwise, the invincibility will not spawn, and without it, you most likely won't survive. So just make sure you do pick up the invincibility, and like I said, you could get that on any difficulty except for legendary. We're doing it on easy now just because it's easier. Oh, and you also want to make sure you get the cowbell skull turned on. So basically these are the most important things. You need to be on a difficulty that's not legendary, you need the cowbell skull turned on, and you need at least 2 people to do this. And of course, for those 2 people, whoever's going to do the jump to get to Johnson early needs to have the gravity hammer. And of course, a full complement of grenades as well. And as for the other person, they need grenades as well, preferably like a plasma or frag grenade. And they also need like a brute shot. Other explosive weapons like a rocket launcher might work as well. But we found that the brute shot probably works the best in this case. So just make sure you have all that. And if you have more than 2 people in a game, then make sure they all have some kind of explosive weapon like brute shots or rocket launchers. Fuel rods don't work too well because they bounce off the ground too much. But anything explosive really works fine. But yeah, so once you have all that, just, make sure everyone's got everything you need. Invincibility, explosives, and the skull's on, and you're on the right difficulty. If all that is good, then you can proceed on ahead. So as you can see, here's what we have right now. It's just the 2 of us. And this might actually be easier if you have more than 2 people, because the more explosives you have, the better. But it does work fine with 2 people, and it's not that hard. But if you want to increase your chances, you will need a second person, at the very least. So here, just proceed on as normal, and once the cutscene is done, just come over here, and you want to throw a grenade down while activating your invincibility, and it'll take you a couple tries, but throw your grenade down, and have your teammate throw a grenade at you as well, and then shoot their brute shots while you use the gravity hammer to launch yourself. And if you get it just right, if you go high enough and far enough, you will get past Guilty Spark and his gravity field, thus allowing you to get to Johnson early. And what's ironic is that if you come to this side, Guilty Spark actually pushes you towards the control panel. He won't let you get close to him, which is kind of ironic because he's trying to keep you away from it. And as you just saw there, if you swap weapons with Johnson early, at the part where he tells Guilty Spark not for long, he'll fire whatever weapon he has in his hand at Guilty Spark, and regardless of whatever weapon that was, Guilty Spark just still gets like launched away as if he was hit by the laser. Obviously, it's a scripted action for him to fly away. The Spartan Laser actually has no effect on his actions at that point. But it's just interesting to show how that works. Now, another interesting thing is if we do this again and we give Johnson the gravity hammer. Well, I'll show you what happens. So here he says, not for long. And there you go, Guilty Spark goes flying away. Johnson doesn't even swing his hammer or anything. What's even more interesting is that, you might have noticed this, you don't have to do this glitch to do this, but at this point, when Johnson's down on the ground, he can hold any weapon. Normally Johnson he can hold the same weapons as what Marines can hold. And Marines can now hold brute weapons like the gravity hammer or brute shot, or even an energy sword. but at this point you can make him hold that stuff, which is kind of interesting, and you might have noticed that before. Now let's do this again, but let's just show it to you from a third-person perspective so you can kind of get a better idea of what to do. So here, activate the invincibility. I throw a frag on the ground while my friend throws a plasma grenade. He fires his brute shot, launching me up while I swing my gravity hammer at the same time. And I keep swinging it to push me back, and that launches me just far enough to get to the other side. So there you go. I mean, it did take us quite a few tries to do that, but it's not as hard as it looks. It's actually, it's not bad. So here, let's get a better view of the second attempt that we did. So there you go. Piece of cake. And we made it to the other side. And that's all there is to it. So basically, kind of flips the tables there on you and Guilty Spark. But yeah, so if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like and leave your thoughts in the comments. And as always, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned, because we got a lot more videos coming out soon, and we can't wait to share it with you guys, of course. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.